Well, before the course, I think that I didn't realize who I really am, and I had it connected to my titles, which are mother, wife, friend, sister, whatever. And now those are not who I am. They're just part of a greater self that I have connected to my higher being. And my greatest desire living on this earth is to fulfill the mind and will of God for me. And that sounds real generic and kind of a little bit lofty, but I didn't have that grounding and that foundation when I came into this course last spring. And I thought I did. I thought Lily's course was for everybody because I was one of her best friends. So, I'm not stuck. And yet, the more I got into the course and I saw, at the time that this came along, the year prior to that, I'd been exposed to The Secret and the law of attraction. And I kept thinking, well, if I just do what it says in that movie and in that book, then I will somehow be able to just surrender to the law of attraction and everything else will fall into place, not knowing that the law of attraction is just one of those laws in the Codex course. And there is so much more that we've all been taught in school about science and about a higher purpose, I guess, in church. The two are brought together for the complete truth of what this universe is all about and why we are even here on this universe, put for a purpose, to fulfill that purpose without fear, with conviction and direction and fortitude to do what we must do to change the world.
Wow. Now, Sonia, I want to ask you, what's the difference in the energy vibrational frequency of Joy now than the last time you heard her when she was stuck in the course in her pain?
Well, for one, it's authentic.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
It's not a superimposed, I'm great. It's an actual, I can hear it in her voice that she's truly authentic and that she is.
Really powerful.
The peace and the joy, there's a little, joy has now joy, real joy. And that serenity that, because I am a powerful person. I'm probably a female chauvinist pig before this course. And now, through my transformational experience that happened over several months, I took the course. I expected my breakthrough at the end. I hit a wall that was, bigger and wider and longer than the wall in the Great Wall in China. And my husband happened to be coming home from a dental appointment, and I was screaming and running around the house, and I was like, I've got to face my fear. I've got to face my fear. Well, I am facing my fear, and I am surrendering. I know I'm going to get what I want because I always have in the courses I've taken before. And he's just like, Joy, stop. This is wrong. And I thought, no, it isn't wrong. We've been talking about the course together like we have throughout the other seminars we've taken together as a husband and wife together. And I decided I was going to continue on the course. I was going to continue to read my transcript. I was going to continue to face my fear and process. It took me 4 months later to have a transformational experience that was so calm, so sweet, so like the dew of heaven that distills on grass. And it came at such a point in my life when I was surrendered and I wasn't expecting it. And then I just called Lily up on the phone to talk and I don't know, I always complained when I talked to her for 2 years in a row, just, call the ambulance, everything's falling apart in my life. And this particular time, I called her and I said, Lily, what has happened to me, and it happened to me awake. I happened to be in church, but it was so profound. I walked out of there and people mentioned that I looked so much different that day, but they didn't know what it was.
Isn't that amazing?
There was a
I have-
light that was shining through me
Yep.
that I had no idea was even there.
And you've seen that before. We've both witnessed that before. Complete physical transformation. A person can leave this course looking like a completely different person, losing 10 years off of their life, literally, or adding 10 years to their life. They look 10 years younger. There's a light streaming from them. For those that are intuitive, like Katrina, Sonia, and Joy, amazingly, because so many people, their spiritual gifts increase dramatically in this course because their consciousness is increasing, and we're going to talk about that with Katrina in just a moment. We